Hi, I'm Matt from IGN here at Gamescom on the show floor where I've just seen 15 minutes of the Callisto Protocol. Now this was a little bit of what everybody saw at ONL, but with a bit more, very much focused on those mutations that we saw in that short clip at ONL. Now the mutations are a way that, whilst the Dead Space vibes for Callisto Protocol are definitely through the roof, we definitely think that the game is treading its own path, it's being something different, and these mutations are part of that. In the demo that I saw, as you came in, there was graffiti on the wall saying shoot the tentacles, and that's something you're definitely going to want to do. Because when enemies have tentacles hanging out of them, that's a symbol that they're going to mutate. Now mutations, kind of like, they don't massively change the difficulty of the game, but they definitely make that enemy a little bit different. So an enemy that doesn't have a head or doesn't have an arm can grow a new arm, a new head, and become slightly more challenging than they were before. So it's very much you want to shoot those tentacles before all the mutation goes on. However, if you don't get there, Glenn Schofield, the director on the game, was telling me how you've still got plenty of options on what to do with that. You can use the grip, which is the anti-gravity weapon, to pick them up and throw them into kind of meat grinders and fans. There's lots of environmental stuff going on that's going to help get through those mutations. It's going to make that just a little bit easier for you. But also, behind closed doors, we also saw the new weapons upgrade system, which is basically almost like, think of the workbench from The Last of Us Part 2, where you're physically putting items onto a gun. It's that, but in like a sci-fi environment. It's a 3D printer. There's what looks like a really huge map of different upgrades for your guns, and you get to turn your guns into kind of tailor it for what you need. So when you learn about those mutations, and you learn that there are specific things you want to do with them, it looks like upgrading your guns to be part of that kind of like gameplay loop is going to be a big part of it. Also, in terms of that kind of making it a bit more different from Dead Space, what we're definitely seeing is more of kind of like that physicality, whereas Isaac in Dead Space was very much about using his engineering tools to dismember and destroy people from afar. There's much more kind of physicality in that you get a big stun baton. It's very much kind of got that prison punk almost style, and you're using the baton to smash into your enemies, taking their arms off. I was told that there is apparently a creature that has two heads that you can cleave right down the middle, turn it into two. And so like I think that kind of like added element of like there's a lot more hand-to-hand combat going on in this game makes it feel like, whilst I think it's going to appeal to a lot of people that love Dead Space, this is definitely taking its own take. That's everything from the Callisto Protocol that we've seen on the show floor here at Gamescom, but we've got more coming up. We've got Glenn Schofield being interviewed on the IGN stage, and plenty more from Gamescom at IGN.com.